Hi guys, I am here. I've been a mad scientist today. So I was watching old videos because I had mentioned in my last video that I had some videos where I showed you how to use what you had for the blooms. And in that video, one of them, I heard myself say, which kind of surprised me, because when you're being a mad scientist, you don't always remember, that I tried silicone in my cell activator. So I thought, I want to explore that a little bit more. So I've been doing several today. I posted one, which was just a little coaster, and I decided to modify it a little bit, but there's that one. And had some successes and some failures, so I've tweaked a little bit of what I was doing earlier. So everything I'm using today, and hopefully, everything I've tried is drying good so far. So cross fingers. I am using both bases today are going to be colored bases. I did this a while back, and then I never went back and re-explored it. And I really like the colored bases because you don't get that freckling like you do on that or coaster I just showed you. So if there's air bubbles in there, when they pop, you don't see them as much with a colored base. All right, so I'm going to be using black, which is just my Artist Loft Black Flow Acrylic. And then this is the blue Flow Acrylic that I have made a teal out of. So I put a dollop of black in there and a dollop of the deep green. And that is also an Artist Loft color. So those are going to be my two bases today. I mixed them, as you could tell, like would be the thickness of a house paint. So pretty thick. I think I put my paint in there. I added maybe close to double the amount with floetrol. I added a little bit of Elmer's glueall to this mixture that I didn't have in there this afternoon. I think that will help hold the cells a little bit better. And that's it. So that's your base. So you don't have to buy house paint. You can use any color you have at home, including the white if you want to use white. I'm going to do the colored bases today. All right, and then I have all my colors mixed up, and those are also just tube paint. So I just mix the tube paint with a little bit of probably about half and half of floetrol and paint. And then I added a little bit of Elmer's glue in there, the glueall. And so they're on the thick side too. They kind of dollop off my stick. All right, and this is the Arteza Gold, which I told you I'm going back to because I just like it better than 24 karat, and 24 karat's really hard to get right now. So I'm just going to go back to the Arteza. All right, so let's start playing. I'm going to go with the black first, and I'll tell you my colors as I go. And then we'll talk about my cell activator when I get there. Pull some of these bubbles so you don't have to worry too much about that. Okay, what colors do we want to use? I think I want to go with, I have some Prism Violet. And a lot of these I've added some iridescent medium to. And that is also by Artist Loft. Just put your paint in and then put a little bit of the iridescent medium on top. And let's go with this blue, light blue violet, which is a new color for me. I saw Canella Sirocco use that for one of her backgrounds, and I really liked the color, so I ordered a tube of it. All right, then let's go with, I have some Pebeo blue-green iridescent. That already has an iridescent to it. The next step I'm going to take is I'm going to try and add some of the primary elements to these and see how they do. I think I'm going to have to dissolve them first. When I used them earlier, I don't know if I had too much silicone or if they just didn't mix well with the regular paint, but they just kind of they kind of melted off the trivets, so that wasn't good. All right, and let's go with some gold. A little bit of gold. I like gold in my middle. All right, and then I'm going to be using a black cell activator. Now, this is where this comes in. This is a little different than anybody's I've seen so far. Maybe somebody else has tried this. I don't know. But I tried 2 different silicones. I have the acrylic pour oil, which is my normal one I use. And then that one seems to dissipate more. So I thought I really want to get some of the treadmill, but I haven't ordered that yet. So I used my coconut milk oil. Where is that? Oh, here it is. The coconut milk serum. I'm sure you guys have seen it and heard of it. So now, the key to using silicone in this is use very little. So in about 4 ounces, 3 to 4 ounces of paint, I put a drop of silicone. And it still may be too much, but I got it to sell up okay before and not dissipate. So that's the trick. Just that and floetrol and regular American floetrol and a drop of your silicone. And I'm pretty sure you can use any silicone that you want. If you're getting too many cells that's taking over, then cut it back. Add some more paint and some more floetrol to it, and you should be fine. All right. Okay. I'm going to let that come back together and let the cells come up. The thing about these blooms is patience, which is very hard, but you have to learn patience with them. Let them do their magic because the cells will continue to come up. I do not recommend that you hit this with a torch. After you get your puddle, after you blow, actually. Don't use a torch unless you want more cells. I don't want more cells, so I'm not going to touch it with a torch. And while this is sitting, I'm just going to go around with my finger and pull some of this paint out. The other thing I found is you have to get enough paint off of these, so you do have to stretch them. I'm thinking about spinning this one. I didn't spin anything earlier today, but I was just tilting. I was actually trying to leave the flower shape and just let it drip over the sides, but it didn't get enough paint off, so that little trick did not work. Well, I'm not really sure what the problem was, but there was a problem. Because when I went to get the first 2 that I did, they were pretty much just melted. All the cells were apart, and they had spread out and come off, and they were a mess. So, they were pretty before that. Here, I'll show you what one looks like while we're waiting for that. Kind of did the same thing. And I think it was just too much silicone. Too much silicone, and then this was the primary elements on the regular paint. So you can see where the cell structure just fell apart. And it's kind of cool looking though, so, and I want to leave it because it's got the coral berry, and the coral berry dries with a pink tint. So I think it'll be really pretty once it's dry. But it is kind of weird. I probably should wreck it a little bit. But all right, so just letting it sit there, you guys can already see how many cells popped up. So very cool. just moving it around a little bit. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of a spin. I'm not going to spin real hard, but I'm just going to spin a little bit. I'm going to get that on that cup better. Okay. Oh yeah, very cool. Very nice. I'm going to give a little bit more. I'm going to go back the other way because I think there's still too much paint on there. And again, I have my new Lazy Susan that I got from Amazon. So be careful when you're spinning those because they really spin. All right, I think that is just beautiful. So you guys are pretty close, but I can bring you up a little bit closer. Show you those cells in that middle. I love that prism violet and the Pebeo green blue iridescent is so pretty and really pretty when they dry. All right, I'm going to take some paint off, get my drips, and then I'll move that one and then we'll move on to the next one. So it's nice because you can get the kind of look of a bloom with everything you probably already have. You don't have to spend a lot of money and you don't have to worry about finding the Australian floetrol at a reasonable price because it's not reasonable. It's about $30 for a little bottle. I still like it. I think it gives some beautiful lacing that you may not get with this, but definitely can get a bloom look and very pretty bloom look. But again, do not use the torch on it or you'll have way too many cells. And wasn't that gold gorgeous? I love that gold. I'm going to use it again. All right, tile 2. We're going to use the dark teal base. And you can see my paint pours just like a house paint. That's the thickness of it. I think I want to go a little bit more. All right. So let's go with, I think I want to do some, let's do the Pebeo. And some of this pink. Actually, I think I want to go with the dark pink first. This darker pink is a magenta, pearl magenta by Arteza. Okay, and then this color is the rose pink by Liquitex Basics with some iridescent medium in there. And I think I want to put a little bit of the prism violet and then the gold. And I did have some blue cell activator mixed up, but I think the, I think the black will look better on this. So I'm going to stick with the black. All right. A little bit of black. Hopefully you guys are getting to see some of the blowing. Blow that one again. All right, again, I'm going to go around, let that sit. Let those cells come up because you know they want to. Isn't that base color really pretty? I want to dig out some of my iridescent or interference blue and add that to it too. I think that would make it even prettier. But I wanted to use these without any of the primary elements, just because they're expensive and not everybody has them. So I wanted this to be strictly something you guys can do with what you have already. If you've been pouring, you pretty much have it. You don't have to use the glueall if you don't have it, but pretty easy to come by and find. So okay, let's give this a spin. It's going to have to be a harder spin than that. Let's go in the, I'm going to have to go the other way and see if I can get those other two. And I will put a video out. I mean, not a video. I will take pictures or show you guys what these look like dry before I put the video out. That's what I meant to say. Okay, I'm just going to come back a little. And then I want to spin again. And you can see from spinning, I'm already getting some of those cells are popping up. And you've got some cool lacing in the center there. So let's go the other way. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. Like all the cells that are going on. Got a little bit of lacing. Beautiful background. Give you guys really pretty what's going on in the center there. And that Pebeo blue-green iridescent, it just really sells up nice. All right, guys, so there's two really pretty blooms for you. You can do a swipe with this also. I did one earlier. Like I said, you don't get as much lacing, but it still gives you a pretty cool effect. Let me get the drips off of this one. Hopefully I got enough paint off of there. Just want to get those sides covered. I'll work on that after too. All right, let me move this and I'll show you the swipe that I did. So here's the swipe. And I did go in and wreck the middle. I wasn't sure I was going to, but I liked it after I did it. Really pretty. And those colors were the, I think those were actually the primary elements. So they did really well with the swipe. So yeah, really cool. So there you go, guys. That is your little bonus video. If you're subscribed to me, you're getting that one. I don't know. I'm going to have to put some on some pages and some on the other and hopefully get them both out there to you. Hopefully you guys belong to more than just one Facebook page group. I'll leave that there while I'm talking. You can look at it. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, and click the little bell and hit like if you like it. And I'm going to be doing some more of these because I'm getting ready for, like I said, I'm going to be doing more functional art stuff. I have a couple really cool things that I'm going to be showing you in the next few weeks. A couple cool ideas that you can cut up your canvases. If you don't like all of the canvas, you can cut up a piece of it and use that on something. So I'll be showing you some of that kind of stuff too. All right, guys, take care. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.